Hi everybody, welcome back. Alright, now we are going into this section. Okay, this particular portion targets more towards practical aspects, especially when you work at height using ladder. Alright, here with me is my colleagues, Harry and Emmanuel. Emmanuel is currently holding the camera, so pardon for a while. Alright, also pardon me, I don't have mask. Okay, it's because for clearer speaking. Okay, so I can speak clearly. Alright, now let's go into it. First of all, when we start our work at height, it's important to take note of the PPE that is required. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the basic PPE of the worker. Safety helmet, safety vest, okay, tag, okay, proper workwear, alright, hand gloves. Now, later I explain to you, I'll show a video of why we need hand gloves, especially when coming to holding of ladders. Workwear, please do not use broken jeans. Okay, this is why this is the Harry wearing these jeans, alright, is for the purpose to show you, not because he wants to purposely wear, is to show you that this is not allowed. Okay, this type of jeans do not use for this project. Okay, of course, safety shoe. Alright, now let's go from the top first. Safety helmet. Safety helmet, you'll need to check the date. Okay, alright. Next, why do we need to check the date? The reason is that helmet, through the period, the shell durability, the shell durability gets weakened. Okay, so usually we talk about after 3 years or so, you require to go and inspect the helmet. But usually companies would want to just change the helmet, make it easy. Okay, alright. Your SIC logo, sticker, okay, must be displayed. Your company, your name. Okay, alright. Now, next one. Safety shoes. The importance of safety shoes. Safety shoes are steel toe. Okay, now the rubber part need to be inspected. Okay, alright. Why do we need to inspect the rubber? Because this can prevent you from slipping down. Good rubber sole will prevent you from slipping. Also, it will help for hazardous type of objects such as nail piercing through. Okay, so you must make sure that you check your rubber sole and the condition of the safety shoe. Okay, now gloves. Please do not use this type of hand gloves. You know what I mean? This type. Alright, these are surgical gloves. Don't use this type of surgical gloves. When you're working, use cut resistant gloves. Alright, cut resistant gloves. Alright, especially when handling ladders or doing work. It will prevent a lot of minor cuts. Okay? Alright, so now we will proceed for the harness. Okay. Now guys, let's talk about the harness. Okay? As you can see, this is a new set of harness. But before I go further, alright, inspection of harness usually you must done together with the person. The person will wear it, then the person will assess. Alright, we always have a monthly harness check. Take note, before you can use the harness, there's a monthly harness check together with Takinaka. But daily use also need to be inspected. Okay, now, see this webbing sling? Alright, when this webbing sling, you'll need to check for the cracks or any torn or any damage to the webbing sling. How you do so, you actually make it to a U. Okay, when you do a U shape, you can see whether there is any fine cracks inside. Okay, there is any torn parts on the webbing itself. Okay, so by doing this, you have to check. Who to check? Alright, who to check? Assessor? Warehouse supervisor? Or worker? Basically, everybody need to check. Why? Worker will be using their harness. He needs to daily check his harness. Safety assessors, you also required to check your company's harness. Supervisors, you also need to check the worker's harness. This is a very important thing. Okay, this is a very important thing. All right, this is called your personal fall arrest system. Okay, personal fall arrest system. All right, it can fall under PPE, it can fall under personal fall arrest system. Okay, all right, stop. Now, Emmanuel has donned the safety harness. All right, so now we're going to inspect the safety harness. What are the points to be inspected of the safety harness? Okay, this is the webbing sling. Okay, this is your shoulder straps. All right, this is the area that needs to be fastened. Take note, guys, this area is very important. If you don't fasten this, if any time he falls from height, the particular person can come out from the harness one. It happens before. A lot of people have a tendency to take it out. I'm serious, a lot of people like to take it out and work. Because why? Pulling them, very uncomfortable. Okay? If something happens, pulls him from behind, his body can come out from here, he will fall out from the harness. Okay, this happened in Tuas project, I think about 4 or 5 years ago. Alright, a guy fell from height, alright, his safety harness came out from safety harness because of this issue. Okay, so ensure that the workers are able, okay, to tighten it, okay, and secure. Cannot be too tight, cannot be too loose. Just nice, comfortably. Okay, alright, proceeding on. Now, all harness got a label. Okay, as you can see from the label here, there's a manufacturing date. Okay, alright, of course it's SS528. Take note, there's a requirement, Code of Practice SS528. There's also the date. Okay, this label is important. Okay, alright. The other side of the label will also show you instructions. Good harness will tell you the instructions, the different classes of harness. Okay, alright. Now, webbing sling. All these stitches, make sure that they are not out, torn, alright, damaged. Okay, color of the harness is also very important. Now you see this orange, but after that, when subsequently he work, okay, touch chemical, okay, alright, or he can write his name, color spoil, color can spoil, the chemical can spoil the color of the webbing sling, damage the webbing. Okay, alright, so take note of this. Alright, now attachments. Okay, this attachment, you see the center part is also very important. Okay, this need to be checked. Why? When this harness is activated, it pulls. Okay, it pulls. So when it pulls, this part, because of the force of the weight, can cause this center part of the bar to dent. That means this harness has been activated before. Okay, next thing, inside sometimes can have debris. All this inside can have debris. This need to be cleared. Alright, corrosive, also not allowed. Okay, this one is new. Alright, corrosive. Or distortion. Distortion means down here a bit bend, down here bend. Alright, why it bend? Because, first of all, never care for harness. Second, maybe, as I said, it was activated before. Okay, alright. Now, go behind. Go behind D-ring. Dorsal D-ring. Why is it called dorsal? Back. Okay, this is dorsal D-ring. Alright, the D-ring, you can see the condition is good. Same thing, no corrosive. Okay, or distortion. Distortion means this one a bit dent, broken. Okay, alright. This backpack, this is to protect your back from the D-ring. Okay, alright. This also must not be broken. Sometimes you see here broken, there broken, do not use anymore. Okay, alright. Now, it's important that the dorsal D-ring, when activated, must not touch the head. So you cannot put too high. You must put at the shoulder blade. Okay, how do we know by shoulder blade? He will be able to reach. Okay, alright, then it's his shoulder blade. Alright, if it's too high for him, that means anything happen, activate, this thing can knock his head. Alright? Okay. Now, since we are behind here, we talk about the shock absorber. Carabiner, same thing, exactly the same. Check for distortion. Is there any parts that dented? Okay. Is the locking system retractable or stuck halfway? Okay, the locking system is important. Alright. Now, energy absorber. This is the energy absorber. Right? Energy absorber, same thing, labeling. If you can see, there's a date. 2019 December. Okay? And of course the batch number. Alright? The absorber inside. The absorber inside need to be very neat. If you see, notice that some part a bit come out. This was once, something happened before. Meaning is it was activated a bit, but not fully activated. The thing ran maybe messy a bit. Okay, so make sure it's neat. Okay, neat. The protective cover, no cracks, especially at the joints. Okay, all right. Now, there's also information available in most harness. This is a safety zone. Okay, the safety zone from the fall, his leg to the ground, must be at least 1 meter. Okay, all right. Lanyard. Lanyard. Now, lanyard to take note. The stream here must be protected by a plastic cover. Cannot be opened up. Alright, if not, anything happen, this thing can open. Okay, because this is sewed together one. Lanyard. They must be in the same shape. Okay, they must be in the same shape. If you notice some part of the rope itself is bigger a bit. Okay, please do not use. Alright, please do not use. Same thing, plastic cover. Okay, you all know what's this thing? This plastic here. Okay, this is called the timbler. Alright, this timbler is to like a support so that the connector won't scrape to the rope. Okay, this must be fitted properly, not loose. Okay, not loose. Connectors. Alright, you can see that this connector is good. Why? Retractable, the spring. Okay, there's a spring inside. When you check whether is it corroded inside or not. Alright, make sure you check that it can retract back. Okay, this connector, this is the nose. This is the body. Okay, this is the lock. This is the gate. Okay, the gate. You have to press the lock, then the gate can open. Alright, spring inside. This is the eye. Okay, as I said, that the eye, if you don't have the timbler, it can cause friction to the rope. Okay, so make sure that this connector not distorted, not rust until very bad already that cannot be used. Distorted means down here a bit dent or what. Okay, usually distorted is either damaged while working or activated. Okay, now proceeding front. When you wear a safety harness, when you connect, you must be comfortably 2 fingers. Okay, not like that, perpendicular, 2 fingers down. It must be easy for you. Don't be too tight. If you too tight, activated, I tell you, you're going to have testicle trauma. It happens before your people, the testicle came out. No, I'm sorry, but serious, the testicle came out because the impact too strong already. Okay, it's too tight already. All right, 2 fingers. So once you have checked everything, you're good to go. Okay, you're good to go. All right. Okay, good. Okay, now introducing to you the ladders. I don't have the tons of ladders for you to show, but this is 2 types of quality of ladders. That's what's in the market: aluminium, fiberglass. Okay, take note. Aluminium cannot use for electrical works, live electrical installations or inside the substation. Not allowed. They are conductor to electricity. Okay. Now, platform ladder, A-frame ladder. A-frame ladder, no. A-frame ladder cannot be used for this project. Take note. Alright. Now, this is an A-frame ladder. It's a damaged A-frame ladder. How do we know that it's damaged? Come. You see this one? The spreader? Bend. Okay? The frame, bend. Okay? Okay? Here also, and loose. Okay? Alright? Bend. Okay? This type of ladder is just roughly to tell you that it's not acceptable. Okay? Alright? So A-frame ladder, please do not use. Alright, so let's put A-frame ladder aside. Now let's talk about platform ladder. Okay, platform ladder. Every month you need to do inspection with Takenaka. You'll be given a inspection tag sticker to paste. Okay, after the inspection. Okay. Now you can see what is condition of the ladder. Very good one. Trust me, very good one. Okay, alright. But through the time been using, more or less there will be some damage. More or less, surely bulb will have damage one. Okay, so need to be inspected. Now, take note. How we inspect the ladder? Okay, the stiles, or maybe you call it ladder frame lah. Okay, the stiles, ladder frame cannot be dented. Okay, even though fiberglass also, no dents is allowed. Okay, dents means broken or what or damaged before. Okay, it will slow down it will weaken the durability of the ladder. Okay, so make sure that no dent. Next thing, no modification. Last time a lot of contractors what they do, right, especially in A-frame when they block the top 3 round they will put wooden plank, right? Then after that they will drill. They will drill into the frame. Anything happen, manufacturer won't take responsibility. Okay? Manufacturer won't take responsibility. Take note. Okay? Alright? So, next, rungs. Okay, the rungs. What holds the rungs? Right? The connecting nuts. But it's not bolt and nut. It's actually rivet. You cannot use bolt and nut. Bolt and nut, when you walk up down, it will loosen up. Okay? It must be rivet. Okay, rivet, check the rivets. Any rivet missing, remove ladder. If you see anything inside here is bolt and nut, remove. Okay, alright. The shoe, important. The leather shoe. Okay, no leather shoe, don't use. Okay, leather shoe is very important. Alright. Okay, come here, right? That's right. A. Spreaders. Hinge joint. These are hinge joint. You can see that this is good, tight. Okay? The quality is good. Now you see this hinge joint. Okay? This leather can be used. Okay? Hinge joints, all the connecting rivets are there. Alright? Okay? Important also, you must choose the height of your ladder. You don't just happy go, especially some supervisor, you get inspect the area. Then after that, you bring wrong ladder. Then you lazy to go back and take the ladder. No man, I just take this ladder and try lah. Then something happened. So do your pre-con survey first. Okay? Before you enter into the work area with the right ladder. Okay? Alright? Plastic, remove off from the shoe. Okay, first one, it can be very slippery. Okay, remove it off. I know new leather, all right, but please remove it off. All right. Now, some manufacturers they will have a sticker to indicate the maximum load. Okay, this maximum load is 150. Okay, all right. The weight of ladder is 18.4 kilo. Load 150. So if I say 160, can I use? No, okay, no, all right. So please, make sure you don't take people big size like me to work. Okay, take the lighter guys. All right. Instructions from the manufacturer. I have instructions. Read through. It's good to have all these pasted over here. All these, including your harness, the durability must have the manufacturer's recommendation, even for the harness. Okay, all right. Some of you talk about a harness is 3 years. Some talk about 5 years. I don't bother how long. I only know the recommendation. If let's say there's no recommendation, couple of years, 2 years, we move off. Okay, no such thing of 3 years, 5 years, 3 years, 5 years. There is no guidelines that say 3 years, 5 years. The guideline will tell you 2 years. Also based on manufacturer's recommendation. Okay, at the end of the day, it's manufacturer's recommendation. You can have an assessor, the assessor tell you 3 years, I'll tell the assessor to prove. Okay, alright, so take note of that. Manufacturer's recommendation is very important. When you buy ladders or you buy harness, you need to have the recommendation. Don't throw it away. At any point of time, the safety guys in Takenaka have the right to ask you for the manufacturer's recommendation. Okay, alright, to verify. Okay, can. Alright. Okay guys, now we're going to talk about ascending up the ladder in an unsafe way. Okay, in an unsafe way. Emmanuel is going to assess up the ladder. Okay, and I'm going to pause a while for you to see what's wrong with the problem. Okay, Emmanuel, can proceed. Okay, Emmanuel, please stop. Okay, guys, from here, what can you see? What is the cause? What is the unsafe manner that he's ascending up? Okay, what is he's wrong? Okay, now let's make it simple. You see this? The lanyard loose. Okay, sometimes some worker cannot be as tall as Emmanuel. Now there's some short. So when they climb up, the leg here, okay, can hook onto the lanyard. Maybe Emmanuel just roughly show them the leg goes in. This way. Okay, alright. So causing them to fall. Okay, so make sure that the harness is properly worn before you assess up. So now Emmanuel is going to come down. Okay, he's going to show you how to properly tie the lanyard. Okay, Emmanuel. Okay. Alright, look carefully of how Emmanuel ties his lanyard. Okay, now it's good to go. Alright, okay, now Emmanuel is going to assess up in a safe manner. Okay, and let's have a look. Okay, if you notice, when Emmanuel is going up, ascending up the ladder, he's looking down at the rung. Why do he need to look down at the rung? What's the reason? Okay, who can tell me what's the reason? Alright, basically, to cut it short, he is checking on his steps to make sure that his legs land on the right rung. Okay, instead of taking 2 rungs at one time. 3-point contact maintained. Okay. He's not carrying anything to access the ladder. Alright. He's maintaining his eyes on the rung. Body is holding firmly on the ladder. Okay. And assisting Emmanuel. Okay, when he ascend up. Okay, let's ascend up. So once it's up, he will lock. There's a chain. Okay, now, sorry there is no above structure for us to anchor, but of course, if there's an anchorage, okay, for you to do 100% tie off, please ensure that your worker does so. Okay, now, but we are using 8 steps ladder now. Okay, all right, just to show you roughly what is needed when you especially wear safety harness above. In fact, 10-step ladder and above, you're required to wear safety harness, okay, to anchor to a permanent structure. All right, so this is 8 step. So pardon us for a while. All right, I don't have 10 step. I'll just show you 8 step. Okay, so anything below 10 step, you actually don't need a harness. Okay, you actually don't need the harness. All right, now Emmanuel is going to come down in a descending manner. All right, let's proceed. Okay, as you notice, when Emmanuel descends, same thing, he's looking at the ground. He's not looking for money. He's actually looking at the steps. All right? Looking at the rung. Okay? Why? If he don't do so, okay, he looks above. This what could be happen? Emmanuel? He looks up. Okay? So when he comes down, okay, come down, he can miss his steps. Okay? He cannot reach. Because why? He's looking at his services on top. All right, it ever happened before in my previous project. One of the workers actually fell from the ladder because he didn't look at the steps. Okay, all right, he didn't actually look at the steps and he was holding something on his hand. He didn't maintain 3-point contact. Okay, now, Emmanuel, proceed down. Okay, what the body must do always? Body is the eyes for your partner. Not only just holding firmly on the ladder, but the eyes for your partner. You might never know that maybe an MEWP is approaching. Okay? You might never know that certain services above your body won't be able to see. Okay, so body plays an important role. Okay, in case of emergency, he can notify the person on top. Okay? Ensure that your works are being barricaded. All right, especially work at height, any activities, barricade. Okay, all right. Supervisors, all right, and safety guys. You all know when every time work at height, you're required to do a permit to work system. Okay, this is our work at height permit. Okay, all right. This is just a sample. All right. So this needs to be applied first before you can start any work at height activities. Who to apply? Work at height supervisor. Your work at height supervisor must be appointed. Okay? Apply this for approval. Alright? There's also an assessor. The assessor will need to assess the area together with the work at height supervisor with this permit, apply it, submit for approval. The work at height manager once approve the permit, okay, then you'll be able to start work. Now, this portion here is all those workers that's involved in the work at height job. They need to be acknowledged on what works they are going to be done. Okay, what works such as, are you using ladder, are you using MEWP, are you using scaffold? Supervisors, safety, your guys must brief. Okay, you all must brief. If don't use ladder, you can use MEWP, you use MEWP. All right, unless it's like just only a short height, then of course you can use the ladder. But if it's a very high, tall ceiling that you're required to work on top of it, use the MEWP. Okay, not ladder. Okay, all right. Now guys, we are ending this session. Hopefully all our information given are useful. Okay. If there's any additional things that you can add on to your training for your workers, please do so. Okay. All right. Also, you can share with us. All right. I will now show you some photos later on some unsafe condition, unsafe act. Okay. All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for attending this training. Okay. Also, I'd like to thank Emmanuel and Harry for helping me out on this video. All right. Thank you very much.